I've got the looks and the charm of an old movie star. Cary Grant, if you will, so I find it bizarre that this girl should refuse to step into my car. She must be shy, she'll come around, it's just a matter of time. Aurora, Aurora.
Hey there, Screen Beans, and welcome to Screen Snark, the podcast that celebrates all of the shows that are in our eyes, on our minds, and in our hearts. I am Rachel Corgi Shank.
And I am Matt, a.k.a. Stormageddon.
And we're full of abundance. I don't know.
Full of abundance?
Yeah, you know, full of fullness.
I'm full of shit, mostly. Speaking of being full of shit, no, I'm kidding.
I guess that answers the question if I can swear on this show.
Yeah, sure does.
Hi.
Our guest is the incredible co-founder, host, and producer of many Some Good shows. He's an editor. He's a ska evangelist. And he is also my best friend in Destiny when I need help with a mission. It's Kam Konek.
Hello.
Woo!
Hi.
An abundance of talent.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but
Making it
I
happen.
got abundance of something probably. But hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, we're so happy to have you.
here.
Good to see you guys. Always good to hang out with y'all.
Yeah. You are one of my favorite fun people, and genuinely, like, I bring up the Destiny thing because Kam is the kindest person. Like, when I went back to Destiny for a hot few months and I couldn't get past like a handful of missions, I'd be like, Kam, can you help me? And he'd just come through and roll
Look, here's
through,
the thing, like,
knocking heads.
Everybody gets loot if you help out. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm fine
true.
with that. Like, you're good.
But this isn't a podcast about Destiny, at least not yet. It is a
That's
My
podcast.
bit. That's my bit.
It is your bit. Look, it's a good bit. It works. It's
a good
like
bit, yeah.
It's just one of the best bits in the biz. But no, we are here to, of course, to talk about the most recent things we have watched, and then later on we'll chat with Kam in more detail about what he does. And for now, I will start us off as I always do. And the movie that I've brought is a Netflix film from this year. The only actor to make films on Netflix, it seems, anymore, a Ryan Reynolds vehicle. The movie I have brought is The Atom Project, which is a recent sci-fi film starring... this cast is wild. So it's Ryan Reynolds, the titular Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Zoe Saldana, Catherine Keener. Like, it's a wildly awesome cast.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And for those who are not aware, it is a sci-fi comedy starring Ryan Reynolds, and the main plot is about a young space pilot person who goes back in time and meets his younger self to try and save the future. It is very, very ridiculous and fun and over the top. Walker Scobell plays the younger version of Ryan Reynolds, and my favorite thing about it is that this kid literally learned to talk like Ryan Reynolds. And when they're in scenes together making fun of each other, it is really uncanny. It is so much fun.
Rules.
It's a goofy as hell movie. Like, if you like popcorn flicks, like if you're the kind of person who like wants to go see a movie that is just buck wild and fun and kind of silly, this is worth it. And if you already have Netflix, you don't even have to pay anything extra. Was it good? Is a question that I struggle with. I think that because my tolerance for bad movies and also my judgment of good movies is so skewed at this point. I'd say it's entertaining and it's fun. It's definitely better than the other Ryan Reynolds movie, Red something, that he did with The Rock that I watched.
Red Notice.
Red Notice, which was...
Oh, wow. I actually completely forgot that existed for a second.
You and a lot of other people.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think this was a better film. It was fun to see also Mark Ruffalo play someone besides the Hulk for the first time in a while.
Sure.
Because I love his version of Bruce Banner, but this was definitely different. Like, the first time he curses in this movie, I went, whoa, oh, right, this isn't a Marvel film. Mark can curse.
Did Disney give you the okay to do that? Like, what's going on here?
But it was really entertaining. The special effects were really good. It had a lot of heart, and like, it was feel good. Like, I'd say if maybe you don't have a great relationship with your parents, you may not want to watch it because there's some like parental feels. But like, knowing how much Kam Konek loves his mom because he shouts out his mom all the time on his podcast.
Cool as hell.
She is cool as hell. I think Kam would enjoy it a lot. But it's fun. there's not a lot of substance to it though. Like there's no deeper meaning. There's no grand narrative other than to like be kind to your parents and love your parents and that kind of thing, which doesn't work for everybody, I know. Sure. But beyond that, there's no deep dive. Like in the last episode we did, I talked about the 2.22 of the Evangelion rebuilds, which was definitely a more complex conversation than this film was.
Subtext Evangelion? No.
Yes, parental relationships.
Yeah, right.
Real fraught in that one.
Hey, yeah.
Really dire.
Yeah, you could. Maybe that's what the abundance was. Just a little bit left over from last time, most likely, because there's a lot of it there.
Yeah, and I still haven't watched 3.33 or 3.0 plus 1.0, so...
Oh, buddy.
I know. But yeah, I mean, I think if you like, popcorn eating, if you like popcorn flicks and you like, silly sci-fi, I think you could do worse than this. One thing I'll call out is they do like the de-aging special effect at certain points in this, and it still looks weird. It looked weird in Tron. It looked weird in, what was it, Ant-Man. It looked like it still looks really weird when they try and de-age.
I feel like it's just never not gonna look weird.
Yeah.
And
you're projecting someone else's face onto a different body, and it's just odd.
Like, the technology probably will get there, but just the fact that we know what these people look like is just this big, like, huge stop sign in the way of me actually accepting what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and it's also, they don't do a very good job of fully recreating what this person actually looked like when they were younger. So it's like, that is not what young Mark Hamill looks like.
Yeah.
Like, I have such a deep memory of this face. You haven't gotten it.
Yeah, and like, especially when you're doing it, like Catherine Keener has been in a bajillion movies and is phenomenal. And like to do a younger version of her, like I remember younger her in older movies, and that's not what she looked like. So like, it's just, it's an interesting technology that we have. I'm like, it's weirding me out. Like on TikTok, there are like these deep fake accounts where they claim to be like Robert Pattinson is the one I've seen a lot, and it's just a deep fake of Robert Pattinson, and it's very weird, and I don't get it.
It reminds me a lot of, there's like a Twitter account that basically posts like AI generated birds that look completely real that literally do not exist.
Wow.
And it is like kind of that same thing where it's like, okay, you were going for like a particular flavor here, but it's really weird when that flavor is a human being.
Yeah, it's just so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have either of you been to the website that makes an AI generated face?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's this person does not exist or whatever.
This
that
person doesn't.
Fucked up, dude.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I went once and I like clicked through and I was like,
Nope.
This is...
And like on the
they
surface,
have animus like in their eyes. It's their lively eyes. It's terrifying.
Like, oh my god, yeah. It's one of those things that like on paper it sounds cool and you want to check it out, but you get there and it's just primal terror just surges through your whole body.
I'm starting to
Anyway,
believe...
so that's what I think about de-aging technology.
Yep.
I'm starting to think, Cam, that cursed content just follows you because this briefly turned into an episode of one of your podcasts.
Yeah.
But to bring it back, to pull Cam out of that defeat and talk about this movie a little more, I think that if you really like cool, like timey-wimey stuff and science fiction that doesn't have to always make sense or be 100% accurate, is just kind of fun, kind of like a roller coaster ride with some heart. That's pretty much what the Adam Project was. Most of it is very on the nose, but the cast is great and the writing is good. And I've like having a bare minimum of good writing in sci-fi is like an achievement sometimes for the popcorn flick. So I'll take it. He says, knowing that as of recording, I'm going to see Sonic tomorrow. And I loved the first one. And so I'm excited for the new one because Knuckles is one of the best video game characters ever. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, so the Adam Project was fun. I think if you want to check out a sci-fi movie that you don't have to commit more to than sitting on the couch, it's worth checking out.
Hell yeah.
I take that. Well, Matt.
Yes.
If you had to sum up the Atom Project using only 3 words, and it cannot be the Atom or project, how would you describe this little Netflix flick?
You got there. I would say timey-wimey fun,
Timey-wimey
Hell yeah.
fun. I love that.
which I feel like I've used to describe a different time travel movie before.
Sure.
It seems like my kind of bullshit, but I'm going to use it again.
That's okay. Hey, we've all got our bullshit to bear, and I say celebrate it. There you go.
That's-
Don't just bear it. Hang with it.
Yeah.
Befriend it. Take it to afternoon tea.
My
you
brain
know?
was racing to create a bear pun out of all of that, and I couldn't get there. Like,
Okay.
anyone who could
Steal
see
picnic baskets
Yeah,
with
there
it.
you go.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Dang.
Just piss
Thanks.
off a park warden. It's fine. You know,
It's fine.
Yeah.
They suck anyway. They're
yeah.
forest cops. That's fine.
It's right.
Don't
Well,
worry about it.
Rachel, what is the most recent thing that you have watched that you have brought?
I am so delighted to report
Uh-huh.
that my romantic historical fiction kick has culminated in a full circle return to something that is so joyous, nearly perfect, actually terrific, beginning to end, and gay as fuck.
Let's
Good.
go.
Good.
I'm talking about Our Flag Means Death.
Oh, nice. I've been hearing
It-
about this.
Rips. It rules. Rice Darby is so talented and so funny and brings so much bumbling pathos to our first protagonist, Steed Bonnet.
That's a good name.
Okay.
That's
That
a
is
good
a
fucking
good
name.
name.
Holy shit.
It's also based on a real guy.
Yo.
And
Amazing.
so obviously the piece itself deviates wildly from the source material because Steed Bonnet was an aristocrat who gave up all of his fortune to become a pirate. And he died about a year after he started doing this,
Sure.
Sure.
executed for piracy.
Right,
So
as you
obviously
do.
going off the deep end. It is a Taika Waititi
Great.
gift
Sold.
to us all.
Done.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
I'm in.
Yeah,
Taika,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's all you
Taika
need.
Waititi plays our other protagonist, Blackbeard the pirate.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Amazing.
yes. And it is so silly. Steed's pirate crew are just so mediocre at being pirates, but they're
That's my
such
favorite.
delightful characters,
Good.
wonderful human beings. I just can't. I love these babies I love them with my whole. This might be my new favorite thing in the entire world.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's so good. It's just this historical fiction comedy romantic story. I can't believe it.
How many seasons are there?
There's just one,
Just
and
one.
it's 10 episodes. It's a breeze. I got through it in a weekend.
Are they 30-minute or 45-minute episodes?
30 minutes.
30.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Okay,
There you
that's-
go.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like
even better.
really
Yeah.
that like sitcom
Good.
like get in, do the jokes, move on, and yeah, and then when you're done, get ready for the fanfic and get ready for the fan art
Oh, of course.
because it's gonna fucking rule.
Good.
I mean, it already rules.
Sure, right,
Like I've
sure.
seen this fan art. It's amazing. Also, I don't want to give away which character there is, but there is a very important non-binary character
Yeah. Hell yeah.
who is treated not like they're just non-binary
Great.
and all of their trauma being non-binary is a thing. It's just they are them.
Just
They
That's
just
it.
happen
exist.
to be there.
They just are here, and it rules.
That's good.
And oh my god, I screamed. I can't. I want to tell y'all more, but I don't want to give it away. I will say it takes a minute for like it really to take off because the first 3 episodes kind of are dealing with the comedic dynamics of things.
Sure.
Okay.
And then by episode 4, you're like, oh, this is what this show is about.
Okay.
So give it time. It's a slow burn.
Yeah, I came home the other day and my girlfriend Audrey was watching. She was just watching this, and it was like I think towards the very beginning of the first episode, and I think like she ended up turning it off, but like it absolutely was just that we were both just so fucking tired from work. Like we're just like you want to just take a nap instead? Actually, that seems like a better use of our time. But no, it's I have seen so many people talking about this in ways that feel specifically targeted to me in a way that I will inevitably check this out.
Yeah, same. And also, like, I love Rhys Darby. Like, I love Flight of the Conchords, which he was great in. And, like, of course, What We Do in the Shadows in the movie, he was one of the werewolves.
Incredible.
Like,
just
like he's just so good at being so goddamn goofy in everything he's in. And like there's a ton of things I haven't mentioned that I can't think of off the top of my head that he's done like a one episode something on like every comedy series you can think of. And then Taika, like I'll watch Taika do literally
I'll watch
anything.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like deep emotion stuff that happens, and these two men, Rhys and Taika, just are brilliant. Their chemistry is off of the charts.
I love that.
Good. Like, holy socks. Because Rhys's steed is obviously, like, a terrible pirate captain. But he's a very tender human. You know, he treats his crew really well. And it's like, they have this moment where he's like, hey, we may be really emotionally scarred after this pirate raid. So what do? We talk about it as a crew.
Great.
And he's just like this
Amazing.
sweet baby.
I love that.
And like, they're not good pirates, but they're just good little humans.
Good.
And then you have Taika Waititi's Blackbeard, who is one of the greatest pirates in all of history at like, you know, at the time of his life where he exists. And he's a madman.
Wait, you're telling me that Taika Waititi is playing a madman? That seems so unlike him.
Yes, but he's like so bored of being a pirate. So like Steed is so interesting to him because it's like this guy who like brought fucking books on a ship, even though you probably shouldn't have so many books because like the ship rocks and the books fall off the shelves. Come on, it's so good.
That's a good bit.
And every character is so rich and full. And even your antagonists sort of like come from this place where you're just like, I get it. I understand. And it's gay as fuck.
I mean, that's
it's
perfect.
so gay.
That's what I want.
It's literally so incredibly gay. And it's not like, look at all this gay we have. It's like, yeah, they're gay. They're gay.
Great.
Perfect.
Do we need a banner?
Yeah.
No. This is just who. Hi, you learned something about their backstory last week. Now you're learning It's fine.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Great.
I
Good.
love that. I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. I will.
It's everything to me.
This is your personality now? Your
I'm
personality
thinking
is...
about it. This and wrestling. This is it. It's over. I'm in.
Just become a really cool pirate wrestler.
Yeah.
Honestly.
There you go.
Like,
yeah.
Problem solved.
done. Great.
Done.
Boom.
That's why they pay Cam the big bucks.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, Rachel, if you had to sum up Our Flag Means Death in just 3 words without using the words our flag means or death, can't use any of those words, what 3 words would you use? The listener cannot see it, but Rachel's face is pained right now in a way that I've never seen.
I'll make the sounds of what my face was.
Beautiful. Great.
Perfect.
Good.
Oh
Nailed it.
God. I knew this question was coming, and
Kind of
yet-
do it all the time. It's kind of the bit.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I know, but it's immense. It's a lot, and like,
You're at a loss for words. Wow,
yeah,
I've never seen
I love this so much. Like,
I've
I
never
love
seen
this
my
show
co-host
How
speechless.
can I just encapsulate it in 3 paltry words? Oh no. Okay. I got. Fuck. New favorite thing.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right,
There
sure.
you go.
I feel like that works.
Sorry, it doesn't really get to the heart of the show.
You're good.
Doesn't have
But
to.
it's my new favorite thing.
Hey,
Like,
look,
go.
it's your show. You can do
I'm-
whatever you want. You know, like
That's
I
true.
will.
That's true.
I will probably cry when season 2 is announced because oh boy, what a cliffy!
All right.
What a cliffy!
is all of the first season out now? Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I will be checking that out.
Oh my God, Taika Waititi! Just
It's good. Just
It's good.
how dare you do these things to my heart?
Right? How dare he? He dares. If anyone
He
dares,
dares. Oh,
Taika
yeah,
He
for sure.
dares and he loves
oh,
it.
he eats that.
110%. Alrighty, well now it's our guest's turn.
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Cam.
hello.
What is the most recent thing that you have watched?
So I typically don't like seek out a lot of things to watch. So if I do ever watch things, it's usually like, you know, my girlfriend showing me something or me. It's like revisiting older things. It's like kind of like a comfort food thing. Let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! All right.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yay.
we rewatched like a good chunk of it for our show, The Big Three. We're doing like an in-between thing while we're waiting for our co-host Jess to, you know, give her space and time to be a mom.
Yeah.
Because she just had a kid. And so we're just like going through and just like watching a few other things, doing this bit called like Shonen Tell, which is a great fucking name.
Such a good
Yeah.
name.
Damn.
It's so good. And so we're just like watching a bunch of different things, and a lot of it is like we kind of needed a few weeks to like plan out what we were doing. So the first 2 ones were stuff that I have seen before but wanted to rewatch. And so whenever we rewatched just like the Netflix dub of Yu-Gi-Oh, or the dub on Netflix rather, they didn't do the dub. It's like the first series, so it's all of like the Duelist Kingdom stuff, so like all of the stuff with Pegasus, and it even had
Hell
like
yeah.
the fucking dungeon dice monsters in there, which good shit. So we watched like I think about half of that for that show, and then the day after we recorded that, I got home and I'm like, I want to keep watching more Yu-Gi-Oh. So then I did.
Amazing. Hell yeah.
Yo, that show's so bad. I love it so much. Like it is.
It's so cheesy.
It
in
is-
kind of like the perfect way.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that really stood out to me, like revisiting it as I've gotten older, one, like there's some stuff in there that just it hasn't aged super well, like as a lot of things from that kind of era haven't. Like some kind of like low-hanging fruit jokes that are definitely not funny, that, you know, are a little bit mean-spirited towards different people that just kind of get brushed under the rug for, you know, easy comedy. But like for the most part, like that show has a weird amount of heart that I didn't really expect to like have kind of come through in my like repeat watch. I think that it's really like, as somebody who like whenever that came out, you know, like being a child, elementary school on the playground, I'm like 28, almost 29 now. So if that gives you like kind of like a date range or anything like that. But whenever that came out, I was the target audience. Like,
Yeah.
that was the stuff that pulled me off of Pokemon for a few years before I just, you know, inevitably just came screaming back. But over the years, like whenever that came out, it was like, oh, this is really cool. And me and my friends got a bunch of cards and we would like try to play the game, but like we were just fucking around with cool cards that we got. And just like, we liked the show and the world and all that stuff. But like, as I got older and like played a bunch more card games, like it is absolutely incredible how well this show captures how it feels to play a trading card game against somebody and to be like really deeply invested in it. Obviously it is like, you know, an anime from that era to where everything is, you know, blown out of proportion, and, you know, they also just skip over and gloss over like half the fucking rules, but that doesn't matter. Like, the thing that it, I think, nails is just, you know, like that moment of it. It's one of those things in anime where, you know, there's always that moment where the bad guy's about to win but then the good guy is just like, oh shit, I've actually got you. And then just something happens like that, like with like just random trap cards or bullshit like that. Like the fact that they have found a way, and they like nailed it way back then of, you know, like it's how it feels to like pull that shit over and like you're winning a very close game of like anything that you're playing. It like captures that feeling so well. It's like very clearly made by people who actually give a shit about card games, which I think is really cool, because on the surface it's absolutely just an advertisement, you know.
Yes, 100%.
And I think that's really rad, because you look at the stuff from, you know, like you see like everything from the 80s, you know, like all of the like action figure sales cartoons, like your fucking G.I. Joe and like your He-Man and all of that other bullshit, like all of that stuff, like Transformers especially, good lord. Like they're just cool things to have, and like that's rad and awesome, and if that works for you, that's great. But like there's a thing that you can be involved in, and like a game that you can like experience with your friends, like central to this like show and this like entire marketing push. And the people behind it, like obviously, you know, Konami's gonna make their fucking money because they're Konami.
Yeah.
But the fact that like you can absolutely tell how much they actually clearly give a shit about, not like the nitty gritty random bullshit about like, oh well, you can't just play this card from your hand, what the fuck are you doing? But like they understand how it feels to play those games in a way that nobody ever really, I think, has captured, which I think is really cool.
It really is. And like, it's funny when you said, you know, activating trap cards, like I hear in my brain,
Exactly.
you've activated my trap card. Like,
yeah, that shit's fucking iconic for a reason, dude. Like,
Yeah, and even someone like me who doesn't understand what that means. I've never watched an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or played a card game, but I understand the hope,
Yeah.
you know, like the story inherent in this,
Yeah.
like the turnaround. You're just like, yeah, that's the storytelling. That's the pro wrestling.
Totally.
That's the ecology, baby.
yeah, it's like, it's literally just like pro wrestling cardboard is like all it is entirely, you know, like
It's perfect,
It's
you know.
whenever that game is happening and like the entire show is framed, and like the game they're playing is not actually called Yu-Gi-Oh! It's called Duel
Yeah.
Monsters, right? It's fucking confusing or whatever, but the entire thing is like it's this ancient like shadow game where like these monsters would fight each other, and it was like this big ancient like Egyptian like almost like murder hell game or some shit like that. And it just like really, it's just such a really cool parallel to the fact of like, you know, whenever you're playing like a card game against somebody who is like a very good opponent and you're like really in that mode, like that game is the most important thing in the world. And I expected to just kind of sit down and be like, yeah, this fucking sucks, which, let's be real, it does. But
Yeah.
it's fun, and that's way better than being good.
Yes.
I did
I
not
agree.
expect to like actually kind of learn and realize some things from Yu-Gi-Oh! In the Lord of Our Savior 2022, but here we are.
I think what's funny also about Yu-Gi-Oh! For me is like, so Yu-Gi-Oh! For you was Dragon Ball Z for me. Like,
Sure, yeah.
because I'm about 10 years older than you. And when that first came out, when Arrival on VHS, the Raditz movie, which
Yeah.
is actually just
Yeah.
the first like
Yeah.
2 or 3 episodes came out, I was like, what is this? And like, I've gone back and watched all DBZ, and I love DBZ. I love how ridiculous it is, but it's not aged great. I hear that the newer ones are actually like a really good improvement on the basic formula. I haven't watched any of the new stuff recently, but like Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the same way. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the first anime I remember watching after knowing what anime was, like right before Toonami and Adult Swim stuff started to hit. And also like characters like Pegasus and a few others, I went, he's really pretty. I wonder if that's going to mean something later.
Do you know what's fucked up? I learned
What?
something about Maximilian Pegasus on that recording
Please.
of the Big Three. He's 24.
What?
No, that dude's at least like 48. Like,
Yeah,
you can't tell
he
me
looks
that
like
dude
a
is
gr-
24.
He looks like an adult man.
Yeah.
Oh, I see neither of you have watched JoJo's Bizarre
Okay, that's
Adventure.
fair, actually. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this dude
Fair
has
enough.
like
Come on.
I don't know how else to describe it other than Maximilian Pegasus energy now that I think about it. He's like the origin point for like my reference on shit like that. But yeah, no, he's straight up like a fucking JoJo character. He just sits down instead of does cool shit.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's funny because I've also never played the card game, but of course, like many others my age, I was obsessed with Magic and I was obsessed with Pokemon cards. And like, I agree. I think that the show really does convey this kind of intensity over what is ultimately a really stupid premise.
It's really cool. I currently work at a trading card game shop, and that's a wild lens to view a lot of that stuff from, because like one of my coworkers used to be a like very like relatively successful professional Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Wow.
And so like we would just be like talking about the show and like about the cards, and like I checked out like a couple of recent episodes of stuff that I don't fucking understand at all, but like that reverence is still there in a way that is really cool and really charming. And I think that's rad. Like I absolutely, like, if you can't tell, really like Pokemon. But it's really, I've started to just be like, no, Yu-Gi-Oh was actually pretty cool too. Like, I'm never gonna get to the point where I want to like actually play against other people. Like, I'm absolutely way more of a collector, but it's the reverence that show has for collecting and like just playing with your friends and just having fun is really fucking cool.
Yeah, and I'll never make fun of anyone for collecting anything as I stare at my Amiibo and Funko Pops.
Yeah, we're not
right next to me.
Do not ask me how many wild, weird, childish instruments I have next to me.
Yeah.
Definitely not
chase your bliss, dude.
7 or 8.
Hell yeah.
Look, I have a wearable Commander Shepard N7 helmet. I have no ground to stand on and no legs either.
Got this,
Yeah.
My parents got me from the Nickelodeon hit show Kablam, these Action League WoW figures.
Shut up, I love Kablam.
Got these. I'm deciding whether or not I want to open them. They were like an old Burger King Kids Club toy.
Amazing.
I might open them and just like set them up somewhere. But
yes, you should.
You should. Well, Cam, if you had to describe Yu-Gi-Oh in just 3 words without using the word Yu-Gi-Oh, what 3 words would you describe this anime with?
Bad and fun.
There you go. Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Bad and fun.
Yeah.
Turns out, Cam, that things don't have to be good to be fun.
They super don't. They super don't.
Better when they're bad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And like, I think it only works if you're not trying to make it bad. Like, you've got to have like some level of sincerity.
And, like the reason that the Venom movies are fun and good is because they're awful, but they don't know they're awful.
You have to say it with your whole chest. Otherwise, no. Like,
yeah. The King's Daughter is about technically as good as like, you know, your like other January movies, your Morbiuses, I suppose.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they're going somewhere. It may be fucking weird, but they're just like charging into it.
Yeah.
Just like full out.
Yeah.
Like he's got to eat the mermaid. And then Morbius about a vampire guy is like, we have to be very serious. Mm-hmm. We have to be very grim dark. And it's just like, but that's not fun. You know what is fun? Venom talking to his human host like they're lovers.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, no.
It's fun.
Like,
you love it.
If I knew absolutely 0 things about Yu-Gi-Oh! And you were to tell me today that there is a show where a like 14-year-old child fights in a card game a billionaire who has the power to send people to hell, I'll watch it. Like, I don't care anything about that. Perfect. Ship it. Done. I'm in. Yeah.
Amazing. That takes me back. I'm going to watch some Yu-Gi-Oh now. Fuck it.
It's fucking bad, dude. That dub is terrible.
Oh, I am sure. Yeah. English dubs have come a long way, which I'm super grateful for. Speaking of anime and talking about the awesome stuff that you do, so some good shows. We've, of course, had your incredible co-founder, Nathan Brandt, on the show as well. Mm-hmm. I want to talk a little bit about how it's grown since Nathan has been on the show. So, like, y'all started with a show or two, had some seasonal stuff, and now you've brought in a show that's does not have you or Nate on it.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. Like, talk about how now that you've been, how long has Some Good Shows been live now?
So we started in, I think it's August of 2019. So I think we're going to hit 3 years by the end of this
3
year,
years.
which is the
Wild.
first time I've said that out loud. That's fucking weird.
I'd love to know, like, the process and how, if, like, you and Nate had a vision for growing the network, or if you just kind of stumbled into all of this stuff. Like, how did you get to this place where now you have shows from other hosts and things like that?
It's mostly that last thing. We originally just did one show, which was the New Entertainment System podcast, which is now the Video Game Robot Show. Because everybody thought, hey, NestPod, you guys talk about retro games. No, we fucking don't. But we, whenever we decided we wanted to do some more things for like the 1 year anniversary, we're like, what if we just like made like we should have like a branding that's probably unified. And we're like, all right, cool. And so we came up with the skeleton with the umbrellaton, and then just kind of like went from there. Everything has been like, there's like, I don't want to say almost no planning, because like we do plan out like ideas for shows and things like that. And, you know, obviously you have to book guests. You can't just be like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? That only works like at least 30% of the time.
Yes, I can agree with that.
Yeah. But we, it's been very like, I don't want to say reactionary, because that implies that like something is forcing us to do this, but it's more of just, we have an idea and we're just like, you just want to do this? And we're like, yeah, cool. Like, our show Hamburg Lore, which is our like fast food corporate, mascot history thing. That's even like evolved weirdly over the fucking year and change that we've been doing it. But that started out as a seasonal thing. We're just like, we actually want to do this all the time now. So we just started doing it all the time.
Yeah. I still get occasional DMs of sexy Pringles man because of y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that curse is going to live with me forever.
That show has ruined my Twitter mentions, dude.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh man.
But like, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, what I love though is that also y'all aren't afraid to just get dumb in a way that I respect and love, because if someone calls me a glorified idiot, that's the biggest compliment to me. Like, and the fact that, so I am a patron of the network. I love being one. And
thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And like one of my favorite things is that when Everything Ranked season 2 came out, I got the whole shebang in one shot, whereas everyone else had to wait weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the release was. In that first episode that no one has heard yet, y'all make a joke so dumb that I was like, I want a T-shirt of this, and I think I messaged you and Nate about it, and you were like,
actually
just
give
wait.
us like 10 minutes, and we just made a T-shirt and sold it, and like the only people that I think have bought it are you and my mom, honestly.
Yes.
So shout out.
Like it's what is it? It's potato.
Dr.
Pepper,
potato. Yeah.
Potato.
Which I'm not going to go into context for why that's fucking hilarious.
Just listen to the show and you'll understand. But I love that scale, and I love that because, you know, a lot of the shows that I host also have a similar energy. Like Rachel decided that our listeners are Screen Beans. Now we have a Screen Beans T-shirt.
Yeah,
like,
it's not procrastinating.
Yeah.
It's being present.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
that's just podcasting in the present, baby.
Yeah,
there it
like
is.
if someone wants a T-shirt, cool,
Yeah.
we'll make it.
Yeah. It takes like 3 minutes to make one on Bonfire, dude. Like,
yeah, it just takes no time at all. Do you have like, I mean, this must be hard because I know I can't remember half the shit that I record,
good.
but like, do you have a favorite joke or like a joke that really surprised you?
God.
Or like a stupid moment that you can't believe actually is recorded for the rest of history?
I think my favorite bits that I do are actually in Everything Ranked, where every single time I talk about something, I like try and weave in about how much I fucking hate Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Just slide that in there a little bit. I think on like one episode I said, like, I was talking about electricity, and I said that a positive for electricity is that without it we wouldn't have known on a date and time that I have written down somewhere, but I don't have my notes up, that we would not have known that she died alone in a hotel room. Like, I think that's
you go.
fucking hilarious.
Hell
That lady
yeah.
fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, like what a coalition of just shitberg humans.
Yeah.
At the right moment, and we're just sucking eggs now.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. So
Eat shit, Reagan.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I just like stuff like that I think is very funny. All of like the stuff that I think gets the most laughs from like my co-hosts, or that like people will like message me about and be like, this was fucking hilarious. Zero recollection of.
Oh, every
Yeah.
time.
Like, and that's
100%.
just podcasting. Like,
Yes.
that's I'm
Yeah.
sure that happens to y'all as well. Like, you
Oh
just-
yeah, that and listening back
Dude,
to an episode
yeah.
like in the edit and responding the way you responded in the podcast right before,
Yeah.
where you're just like, I'm just this fucking ghoul, aren't
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
Here I am. I guess I never change.
The first time I edited
love
a
it.
show that I was on and I laughed at one of my own joke, I felt so fucking bad. I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God, I'm
Yeah.
really a piece of shit now, aren't I?
No coffin for me.
Just
Wet mud.
Just throw
Thank
me in the
you.
dirt somewhere. Like, just buy like a fucking plastic
Cast
flower,
me
throw it somewhere. It's
into
fine.
Space. Ugh,
Yeah,
it's what I deserve.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, I love doing this. I love that I've found enough people on the same wavelength as me to do this stupid shit. And I think it's the only reason it's lasted as long. I'm curious, Cam, like, because you edit, you host, you produce, like, for me, I host, edit, and produce a bunch of my shows. Not all of them, thankfully. I've let go of the reins of some because I have, like, this much sanity.
Dude,
and
yeah,
making-
it's yeah.
But, like, I, in the beginning, did all of that stuff because literally I had no choice. If I wanted this thing to exist, I had to, on some level, do that. Do you have a do you prefer to host? Do you prefer to edit? Do you prefer to produce? Or is your brain just wired, like, I need to just have my hands in at the elbow? Like, I can't separate that stuff.
I don't know. It kind of depends, really. Like, I do really like the production side of things quite a bit, like, in terms of, you know, basically just, like, I like to view putting together a show as, like, honestly, just, like, a puzzle. And, you know, reaching out to people, getting the script ready, getting all of these, like, pieces together and making them fit perfectly. That just, like, tickles my ADHD brain in a way that I really like.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. Shout out to spreadsheets, everybody.
yes. Excel.
Yeah, like that's I think definitely my favorite. Like, I do really like hosting. I do really like editing. Like, but they're like a different kind of vibe. In terms of what I've like feel like doing the most, it's definitely that production stuff. But
Yeah.
I do like all of it. I think it's very fun. I would not be doing this. Like, we don't really make any money doing any of this. Like,
Same.
the money that we get on Patreon, we just like kick to hosting fees or artists or like musicians or
Same.
things like that, you know, we used to kind of help the show run. Like, that's absolutely just like a buffer on what we end up paying out of pocket anyway. So
Yeah, because most podcasts are a loss completely.
100%.
110%.
Yeah, like, anybody getting into podcasts for the money is a fucking idiot.
Absolutely.
And the ones that get big are also fucking
Correct.
idiots.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Especially if you like
100%.
sign like exclusive deal with Spotify or something, you know? That kind of fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Looking at
you know.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you know.
That's right.
One of the
That's
worst
right,
humans
Joe
in existence.
Rogan. I ain't afraid of you.
Yeah.
You're
Dude.
way bigger than I am. You would kill me. Like,
Yeah. And also does not listen to this show, so I think
no.
you're fine.
absolutely. He's too busy hanging out
Look
in
at
his
these
sauna.
hosts. You
Yeah.
think Joe Rogan would even take us seriously?
Right, yeah.
At all. No, because he's too busy taking seriously the guy who exclusively ate meat and then ended up in a fucking coma.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that I know
He's too
that.
busy taking pictures of himself in his sauna that make it look like he has to poop really bad.
Wee.
One of the other things I actually wanted to ask, because I think, Cam, you and Nate are some of the few people
hi.
who do too much stuff like I do.
Too much is
stuff.
correct, but
But I wonder, are you able to rein in your brain from like thinking of more ideas because like I cannot
Oh
start
God,
another
no! Are you
podcast.
fucking kidding me? Yeah.
No,
Like,
I do half the things that y'all do, and I can't stop thinking up things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what if I tried this? What if I made a show
Yeah.
that was like part this and part that? What if I had a vlog? Like,
The day I realized in therapy that I was a creative person, worst day of my life. 100%. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, yeah. I could have just been somebody who could be happy just going to work, coming home, watching Netflix and passing out on the couch. Fuck
Imagine
no.
that.
Yeah. I had to be
Imagine
interesting.
that.
This fucking sucks.
no.
I do have a question though. Are there things that like for me? So I have 2 different video game podcasts, and so video game for me, I have to like separate them to enjoy them. Like the new Kirby game, I haven't streamed. I've posted a little on Twitter about it because I want to just enjoy.
It's a good video game.
Oh, such a very
such a
good, cute video game. But like I have to
Gotta
keep.
play
I
this
love
video
Kirby
game.
so much, and I have to keep it separate. That said, I have already guested on good friend of ours, Brendan Groom's podcast talking about Kirby. So like I still can't stop myself from making content about the things I love. Are you able to enjoy things? I guess is the question I have.
Hi, I see you're a
good
podcaster.
question, yeah.
Are you able to enjoy
Yeah,
things?
it's like, hey, you do a podcast.
Have you cracked the secret?
You do a podcast. Are you all right, bud? Like,
Okay.
have
That's
you
exactly
figured
it.
this out? Like, is this episode literally just actually therapy for Matt now? Like, it's like,
Yeah,
can you,
I guess so.
Matt's out here like, can you just please fucking help me?
I'd say you're wrong, but
Sure,
you're not.
sure. I mean,
I'd be lying.
so like for us specifically, kind of, I guess is the answer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like
Yeah.
oh, hang on one second. My Google Home is being weird and thought it was talking
Your
to
Google
it.
Home decided it wanted to be on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like so for us specifically, I feel like the things that we do are like they're not like as content farm-y, I guess is like a good word for
Sure.
it. Like I think the
Yeah.
closest thing would be like the big 3, but also
Right.
like my kind of role on that show is like I just like to watch the shows. That's it. I'm just here to hang out, talk about it, and that's fine, and that's a good time. But like, I guess Hamburg lore has made me like maybe actually like positively like a little bit more critical of marketing, which is maybe not a bad thing.
No.
But like video game stuff, no, like we don't have like a timely video game show where we like talk about like what we're playing and things like that. We just like have a robot that talks about Sonic's dick for a while, which is great. But yeah, like I feel like I separated from podcasting. I do have a problem enjoying things, but that's just mental illness, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I don't think podcasting really affects it that much. Whenever I was doing a podcast like way back in the day that was talking about that stuff, I did feel like I had to be like, oh, I got to keep up with this. I got to play this so I can review it. And it's like, I fucking hate this actually.
Yeah. I get that. I mean, for me, like, I'm very grateful that Fun and Games is mostly just talking about things within the games industry and games that we love, but like talking about genres or composers or interviewing developers. It's not, here's the latest and greatest.
Right.
And like,
Yeah.
I like listening to those shows.
Yeah.
I listen to Waypoint and Giant Bomb or whatever else.
Zero
But,
shade
like,
on people who are into that stuff, you know? Like it is just not me.
I feel like it's too much. It's why this show from the get was very much whatever it is that you watched. It started as just movies, but it was always this idea of whatever you watched recently.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what, because if it had to be, we have to talk about the latest and greatest movie right now, I'd go out of my mind.
Yeah, I don't keep up on trends, even on the podcast where we have a news section. I just let Scott, because that's the thing, like Scott knows and keeps up with these things, and it's a nice counterbalance of,
Yeah.
you know, here's what's coming down the line, and okay, here's what's currently happening. Let's really talk about it, you know, and compare it to what we already know. Yeah, and honestly, the only time that I've ever been mad that like content has to be something that I watch for review or critical analysis is when it's not interesting.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, like
Totally.
make a bad thing and then I have a lot to bring to the table. It's always exciting to have something to say about the art we're taking in. Like That's podcasting. Everyone could do it because everybody sees something in the media they're taking in and can formulate thoughts and feelings.
Whoa.
Evoked by that.
Oh my
It's
God.
pretty wild.
Whoa.
Podcasting
What?
is for everyone.
That's true.
But only the sad survive.
Yeah.
That is. Oh my God! Put that on a T-shirt.
Jesus Christ.
Boom.
That fucking hurt.
Hit me. Do you still have a favorite podcast, Cam? Do you listen to podcasts at all anymore that you're not editing?
I do a little bit. I don't really listen. Like, I went through a phase where at my last job I was like half working from home, half working in the office, and so like I would have like a lot of podcasts to go through and I would listen to quite a few of them. Lockdown hit. I just kind of quit listening to podcasts like everybody else did, because there was no real commute to, like, I didn't want to sit there and listen to myself think. Are you fucking kidding me? I feel like as I am starting to work at this card shop and have like a commute again, and also am able to like have my headphones and just kind of do that stuff, I do listen to some stuff. I listen to, like, I still keep up with Giant Bombcast. Like, Giant Bomb is like something that has just been like I've kept up with pretty much entirely for fucking years now. Waypoint Radio is a big one.
Yep, same.
I've been listening to a lot of like, another one that I find myself listening to every day as it comes out, or every week as it comes out rather, is Off Book, the improvised musical podcast.
Oh, that's a
yeah.
good one.
Zach is a friend of the show, Zach Reno. He
Hell
is
yeah.
one of the funniest people I've ever met, I've ever like talked to in my fucking life, and that show is just really good. I am not a musical person at all. That show's fucking incredible. It's so good. It's incredible. There's like a few other ones here and there. I'll like occasionally pop on, and if I'm out of stuff, I'll listen to like some smaller stuff that are like some friend stuff. I feel like something I was like a little bit like kind of like nervous and like anxious about as I like started podcasting, but then quickly realized everybody thinks this way, is like, yeah, nobody really has time to listen to their friends' stuff. If you do your own stuff, I've noticed. And that's just something that I feel like people are largely fine with, in a way that are like, yeah, man, I get it. You're good. Like, I will like subscribe to friends' shows so they still get the download.
Same.
But that's kind of about it. And, I
Yeah.
feel like everybody is just like, yeah, man, you're fucking good. Like, I don't have fucking time to listen to your shit, so it's cool.
Yeah,
Like,
we're friends in real life.
Yeah.
If I want your hot takes on something, I'll just text you.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny. My friends that I had before we lived online all the time, never listened to my stuff. And I've been doing this like 10 years. I will say though, Cam, and in 100% honesty, any Some Good Show podcast jumps to the top of my list because y'all make me laugh so hard. And I tweeted this when we're closing in on me finally being able to move the fuck home to my apartment, and I'm very excited about it since I lost it in a fire. But that month that I was living in a hotel, I tweeted at y'all multiple times that like Video Game Robot Show and Hamburger Lord like got me through that experience. Like, it was just, I think there's something about also them feeling bite-sized, with the exception of the MCU Thoughtcast, which is a little longer.
Yeah.
Most of the shows on the network are between a half hour to 45 minutes. And like, that's like the perfect amount for me, says the guy who makes an hour to hour and a half long podcast.
Like, we both have ADHD, like, at Some Good Shows. Like, we ain't got fucking time for that. Like, you want us to have an idea for longer than 45 minutes? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like,
Yeah, also, Matt, we break this show into 3 bite-sized
That's
You can
true.
listen to Matt's section. You can listen to Rachel's section. You can listen to guest section. You're good.
Yeah, that's true. You make a good point.
yeah, Matt.
We're like the Twix bar of podcasts.
Yeah.
But we got
Put it
the
on a
big
shirt.
show, too.
the rare Thrix.
Thrix.
We are changing the game.
Good fucking Lord. Cam, I'm so glad that you were able to come on this show. You were so wonderful.
Thanks for having me, y'all. This is fun.
Delight.
I've always wanted to have an expert and professional Clone Hero player on my show, and so
I don't know about that. But
I've watched those streams.
It's an
You are-
honor.
look, I mean, here's the thing. There are so many people better than me at a lot of things. And I feel like there's a level of peace in acknowledging that. I used to
Yeah.
be a hyper competitive asshole with that shit. And then I'm like, people are better than me and that's okay. And then I was fine.
Yeah,
That's great.
that's great. Just lose all will to be the best, and you'll be fine.
Exactly. That's right, kids. If you're listening, have zero aspirations. You'll go fucking far.
God, if kids are listening to this, we're in big trouble.
Oh.
Someone's
yeah.
gonna write us a letter.
Hi. Hello. Where's your guardian? Can you take the device to them?
Please.
Please hand it over to them.
Hello.
Yes. Wait a second.
Hello.
Hello, the guardian. Monitor your charge a little better. We say the fuck word a lot here. Just so you know. Thank you.
Hey, Guardian, if you wouldn't mind just handing your phone back to your kid there.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. 1 second. Okay, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. What I need you to do is I need you to go into Daddy's wallet, grab his credit card,
Yes,
patreon.com/somegoodshows. All right?
There it is.
Just like link that shit right up there. It's going to be great. Thank you. Hey, don't do that, actually.
Yeah,
don't.
Please don't. Yeah.
Don't steal your dad's wallet.
We don't support grifting small children here. We're not about microtransactions.
That's right.
On this show.
Yeah, we're only
No,
about
no.
macro transactions. Am I right, gamers?
Big money from consenting adults,
There it is.
baby.
That's right.
Let's go.
But Cam, thank you for joining us. This
Thank
has been
you.
so fun. Before we start to wrap up, I would love for you to tell folks where they can find you online if you wish to be found, and of course, find all the awesome stuff that you make.
Yeah, you can find me online because I do love attention. I am on Twitter at the CamDman. That's TheKamDyman. Pretty much everything I do there is there. We've got our podcast network, which is at Some Good Shows on Twitter, somegoodshows.biz. You can check all of our stuff out there. We've got the Video Game Robot Show. We've got Hamburglore. We've got the Big Three, which is currently in like a weird in-between, I don't want to call it a filler arc, but it's kind of a filler arc. We've got the MCU
Like a true anime. Like a
Exactly.
true anime.
Yeah, Jess is doing her training arc. We're doing our filler arc. Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, the MCU Thoughtcast is great. Also, that's our new show with, my girlfriend also, Audrey, and our good pal Pilnock. They are watching through every MCU movie in release order. And then eventually, once they get to the Disney Plus stuff, they're going to do that too. But that's like not right now, so they're just going to think about that fucking whatever. But currently, I don't know when this is going out, but we have like 2, maybe 3 episodes out. So go check that out. It's great. It's a very good time. It's very fun. They're watching it entirely because they just got massive FOMO from everybody talking about Spider-Man. So they're like, "Fuck it, let's do a show." But
I love that.
Yeah, that's where you can find me and all of our stuff.
I love that.
Awesome.
Really easy to follow Cam, because I already did it. But looking up the handle to double check, super easy.
Yeah, if you just type
There you
in
go.
KAM space KONEK, you'll probably find me. And if not, then I need to fight somebody.
You are the only Kam Konek I know. Not the only Cam, but the only Cam with a K.
I mean,
you know that Cam with a C.
I've known 2 other, like, my full name's Cameron, but I've known 2 other Camerons with a K, and they were both assholes, but at least one of them is in jail. So,
Oh, wow. All right. So you're doing
I'm
pretty
the
good.
real victor here.
Yeah. The alpha Cam.
Exactly.
The alpha. The alpha.
Yes,
Cam. Oh, God.
everything about me just screams
The
alpha
apex
for sure.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Cam.
Yes. I'm actually the Sigma Cam.
Cam
Thank you.
Prime.
Cam Crime.
Good Lord. All right. We're going to ask Cam our final question. Before we get to that, we do have some folks to thank, don't we, Rachel?
Yes, we do. First and foremost, thank you to John Presnell for the use of the song Aurora off the album Fair Game, featuring Stefan Remble.
And also thank you to the incredible Katie Bug, who designed our very awesome show art.
Yes, and thank you to the Certain Point of View Podcast Network for once again allowing us to be among the ranks of some cool shows like
You're going to try and remember them off the dome again.
Reignite.
That's one. See, Rachel could pull up them in advance, but never
of
does.
Steel.
Men of Steel. Very good. Yes, correct.
Go for three. Go for three.
Saturday Morning Confidential.
Yes, also correct. Good
Crushed it.
job. Killed it. Rachel will never pull up a list of the pods.
That's
It's
the
just
podcast hat trick right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's just-
organic.
it's so
advertising.
organic. Smooth as silk.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to check out all those podcasts and more, you can go to certainpov.com. You can also get a permanent invite link to our Discord server right on the website and come hang out and chat with us about video games, TV, movies, all sorts of weird shit. And if you have a moment, please rate and review us on your podcast platform of choice. It helps folks
Yes.
find the show. It helps us grow this audience. It helps us torture more people with ridiculous comedy.
You should do that.
Yes. 4
Everybody do
stars is fine.
Super easy. We'll take 4. Yeah, we'll
Sure.
take 4. We're
Hey,
a fine
rating's a
podcast.
rating. That's engagement.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
get
go.
it.
Give us that. Let's
Just
get that engagement.
Go tell a seagull
Yeah.
about the show.
Go tell us.
hey, young child, I need you to take your guardian's
yeah.
phone, go to Spotify or the Apple Podcasts app, and give this a 5-star rating.
Google Play.
Yeah, whichever.
Libsyn.com.
Yeah, whichever one.
you
You know,
know.
whichever one you use. Just give that a 5-star rating. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
And
of course-
wait. Pass this back to your guardian. Why did you give it back?
Yeah. What the fuck is
We
wrong
got
with you?
credit
Yeah.
card information.
Yeah.
Hey,
Buddy, I know your social security number now. Like.
this was a test, and
you
you
failed.
Yeah.
failed.
No,
You failed.
buddy.
So
buddy,
sorry.
Yeah.
So- but you can't listen to us sign off. So
Yes, if you
Yeah.
want to, if I may address the broader audience again, if you also want to give us a follow on Twitter, we're screen_snark. You can also send us a missive at screensnarkpod@gmail.com. Please interact with us at all the places because we're needy and we need the attention.
Yeah.
Now it is time for Rachel to ask our guest the final question.
no.
Rachel, if
Okay.
you please.
Cam.
Yeah.
Dying to know. Listeners are clamoring
Okay.
for it
Yeah.
even. Cam, if you could select one trope featured in movies or television to instantly and magically be true in your life, which one would you choose?
I mean, that one about a random relative that you've never met in your life dying and you suddenly having just a shit zillion dollars. That's pretty cool. I'll take that one.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one has said that one before. and that
I'll
seems
take
pretty
the
obvious.
Mr. Deeds.
I love that you
one
had something
Mr.
on deck.
Deeds.
Yes, one Mr.
please.
Deeds, please. I'm gonna go up to Mr. Tropes, the president of Tropes, and be like, I would like one Mr. Deeds, please, and he'll be like, no. And I'm like, all right, that's fair.
Okay,
That's
that's
fair.
fine. You're only going to
Excellent.
get It Always Rains at Funerals.
Fuck. God damn it.
Damn it.
God damn. Okay. Wow.
All right.
Can I trade that in?
Well,
I have
Cam,
like a
thank-
Dr. Doolittle. Can I trade that in? Because like I can talk to animals, but
That's just natural. You don't
No,
even need the Dr.
you're
Dolittle.
now getting No One Says Goodbye to You on
Fuck.
phone calls.
God damn it. Fuck. Okay. All right.
This just seems to be getting worse for you, Cam.
Yeah.
So I think we should wrap it up before Cam's
Yeah,
in the
Mr.
trope
Tropes,
basement.
Not a merciful God.
Apparently
Not
not.
a merciful God.
real piece of shit.
Yeah,
if
that
we're
dude
honest.
fucking sucks.
Oh man, thank you, Cam, again for joining
so
us. This
much.
was so
Yeah,
much
thank
fun.
you so much for having me.
I also want to thank my incredibly brilliant, smart, pink-haired, brilliant, smart. I'll say it again. Co-host Rachel Quirky Shank.
And I would like to thank my favorite thing, Matt, a.k.a. Stormageddon.
One of those was going to make sense eventually, so
Yeah.
I'll take where I can
I
get
would
it.
like to also thank Matt because we are wearing the same shirt right now.
Yes.
We are literally wearing the
And
same
it's
shirt. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to
fucking
tweet about it. I've
hilarious.
taken a screenshot.
Okay, good, very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. I'm going to call us both out so we can be dragged. I'm waiting for Sammy to come for
Sure,
us because
yeah.
it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Shout out to Sammy. Sammy, if you're listening, I love you.
Love you, Sam.
And of course, we want to thank you, our incredible listeners. We would
Yeah.
have no show without you. We'd just be weirdos without a show.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. And we will see you at the movies or on a couch somewhere. Bye-bye.
Aurora, 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 Aurora. Metal to magnet, she will be mine. Aurora.
Hi, I'm Matt, aka Stormageddon, and I'm the host of CPOV Autographs at certainpov.com. It is a bi-weekly interview series where I interview folks from all over the arts, from writers to comedians to magicians to musicians, even actors, historians, podcasters, pretty much anyone who's willing to chat with me for a little bit. If you like interesting conversations with even more interesting people, go to certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, music is life, and life is good.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.